And in just 2 days, Governor Whitmer's new restrictions for the state go into effect.
Let's quickly bring you to the key points on this. The restrictions go into effect Wednesday. It includes remote learning only for high school and college, and the closing of indoor dining services, movie theaters, and casinos. It also puts the brakes on all high school sports.
Now, Dr. Robert Gordon, Michigan's Health Department Director, is the man responsible for implementing those new COVID-19 restrictions.
And tonight he's telling Michigan we should expect a vastly different Thanksgiving than the one we're used to. He believes there is something good on the horizon, though. Rod Maloney spoke with Gordon this afternoon about how he views these latest restrictions. And Rod, just how bad are things in his view?
Yeah, very. He said essentially on the case number level, the sheer case numbers, he says that is totally alarming. And in the meantime, what he's saying is as we look toward Thanksgiving, he believes everybody in the state of Michigan needs to change the plans that they may have had.
I think people need to really minimize getting together with people from outside their own homes inside. I hate to say that. It is painful. It's painful for me personally as a father of two. But I think every time you're inside with folks not from your household, and particularly in a setting where people are taking off their masks and eating, which we all know is what Thanksgiving's all about, there's just a lot of risk associated with it.
One of the reasons for this is what Gordon characterizes as community spread, increasing hospitalizations. And Gordon tells Local 4 the difference between now and last spring is COVID's presence has changed dramatically.
Right now, it is all over the state. It is everywhere. We are seeing deaths begin to rise to the levels that we saw last spring. And the numbers of cases we are measuring are far higher than we saw last spring.
Gordon believes this 3-week so-called pause over Thanksgiving should help bend this new curve if it doesn't expect tightened restrictions. But he's optimistic because not one but 2 vaccines appear to be effective and believes they will be a large part of ending this pandemic crisis.
I think that means that there is hope on the horizon. This does not have to be forever what we are going through now. But because there's the hope there, it's all the more critical that we do the hard things right now, because if we do those things, we're going to save thousands of lives.
Now, one of the things that Gordon points out is there are still a lot of things we can do. You can work, most of us. Stores are open. You can go outside and enjoy the outdoors, even though it's getting a little bit chilly out here. But he says essentially what everybody needs to be doing is masking up and also making sure you don't do gatherings indoors no matter where you go. Back to you.
And Rod, probably kind of presumably here, but how is Michigan's legislature reacting to these new orders?
Yeah, not well. They are deeply concerned about whether there is some legality involved in this. They're questioning that. That's something that could end up happening in terms of heading to court. But there's a whole lot more at play here. The dynamic is not good up in Lansing, and coming up on Local 4 News at 6, we're going to take a closer look at that.
All right, look at the cooperation level for sure. All right, Rod, thanks.